Hey, how's it going, everybody? Coach Kyle here, and I had somebody submit a question into my Ask Me Anything forum on Instagram stories, and they said, "How do you choose the right shoe drop for you? Do you want to go?" And I think she's talking about cushioning as well, minimal, maximal, in between. So, look at all these shoes. Where are my Kinvaras? I don't know. Okay, so I'm habitually a minimal shoe runner. Zero drop. These are 16 millimeters with the insole, maybe 12 without, and I've done both. Super flexible. I like to wear these for my short, easy runs. They're really comfortable. I wear zero drop. Just flats basically. I think they're zero drop. I wear these most of the time habitually, but for harder, longer sessions, I might wear something like these Newtons. They're 2 millimeters of drop, and they're pretty stiff. These are really quick, fast shoes, so I like these for my workouts, and they're 2 millimeters of drop. For some of my easier long runs, I might use something like the Saucony Kinvara, which is 4 millimeters of drop, and it's moderately thick. Or something like the old Scora Tempo, 22 millimeters stack height, but zero drop. For races, I like my Nike Vaporfly 4%. I think these are 12 millimeters of drop. The next percents are 8, so they lowered the drop a little bit. But what I'm trying to get to is that there's no, even for me, one person, I have 5, 7 different types of drop. 4, 2, 0, 12. I have an 8 millimeter drop. I have shoes that thin. I have shoes that thick. So the point is, go with what's most comfortable for you, and sometimes that's going to change based on the run. Short and easy, I like a minimal shoe. Longer, harder, I like something with some cushion but still low drop. And for races, I wear these because they're super light and cushioned. So so often I hear people ask or say, what's the best shoe? But there's no best shoe. For me, for many runners, and I have a lot of shoes, but for most of my clients, having two pairs of shoes, just some sort of rotation is gonna be the best option. That way you have 2 different pairs, so you're not running in the same exact shoe, loading your feet, having the same foot movements all the time. That kind of can potentially lead to some overuse injuries. Variety reduces your injury risks. It keeps things moving around, the loading, how your feet and body are moving. It keeps things from localizing too much in a certain spot with the same type of movement over and over again. So that's why varying up your terrain, your footwear, your speeds is very helpful. Going rolling terrain rather than running on a track or a treadmill at 0% incline all the time. If you do an hour on the treadmill and you don't change anything, that's thousands of steps that are almost the same, and that can lead to that can really contribute to overuse injuries if you do that over and over again. So long answer, but I wanted to explain it appropriately, is that there is no best. I like minimal shoes, I like moderately cushioned shoes, and I've got one pair of really cushioned shoes. So, and I'd love to try a pair of Hokas someday, and those are more cushioned than these in most cases. So, actually, I've ran in the Hoka Carbon X, and if I would have tried that on, I didn't run in it, I tried it on. If I would have tried that on before I would have had these, I wouldn't have these, and I would have a pair of Hokas. So, when it comes to selecting footwear, go to a running store, bring in a pair of shoes. Let's say you're like, I really love these shoes. They don't make them anymore, or I just need a new pair. Here's what I like about them. Here's what I don't like about them, Mr. Shoe Store employee. Can you give me 5 similar options that kind of fit my criteria? Try them on. Maybe take them for a spin around the block or on the treadmill in the store, and bring home the pair or 2 that feels the most comfortable for you. And almost every time, if you have the appropriate level of cushioning, I think you're almost always going to be okay buying shoes based on comfort. And I think having some minimal shoes, or at least something that is moderately cushioned, low drop, a neutral pair of shoes. And I've been told, like, I have really bad pronation and super flat feet. And I think every single pair of shoes I have are neutral. I don't think I've ever worn a pair of support or motion control shoes as a runner, and I've been told I should, but I've been totally fine without them. And that's because I have, I think, a pretty good running technique, and I work on strengthening my lower legs and my body, and I run in a variety of footwear, and I think that all contributes to healthy running. So again, long answer, but I wanted to make sure I explained everything appropriately and well. And if you have any other questions or comments, you're always welcome to DM me, email me, go to my website, kylecrans.com. There's a contact form there. You can always hit me up on social. And as always, you keep running, I'll keep coaching.